Still at a food cap. Supply depot almost finished. Just just a couple HP. And AeriALs is going to be in a lot of trouble here very, very quickly. Zero taking an expansion up in the top right-hand corner. That's interesting. I would have expected him to take an expansion closer to home, away from the Terran player, where it would be a lot easier to defend. But he just wants to get that hidden expo, I suppose. And really, there's not too much that AeriALs can do about it. He can't really leave his base in fear of a lurker attack. Zergling's trying to come in and flank. Bunker up. 2 bunkers going up for AeriALs, and that's a very, very good decision. He could actually put up a missile turret here, up here on the high ground, to help spot for those bunkers as well and be in a very safe position. We can see that AeriALs realizing, oh yeah, I have comsatting all around the map, has located this top right-hand corner expansion, I believe. And he could easily, well, no, not with those 2 lurkers there. You can't really go up and attack him now. But hitting a supply cap again, trying to send out more SCVs to build supply depots. Trying to get his science facility going so he can get science vessels so he can push out. And Zero just taking the map like crazy. Quinn's Nest almost up. He's going to be doing a pretty quick tech to Hive here pretty soon. Again, lurkers are only used primarily in most ZVT games just to stall a Terran opponent enough to get to Hive, so they get the to get the defilers and the ultralists. Very rarely will you see lurkers use super offensively. Their main role is as a defensive unit. To use them primarily offensively, unless you have a huge advantage, it's very, very dangerous because lurkers running in unburrowed kick very little ass. So they do a much better job burrowed than unburrowed. So now we can see AeriALs trying to push out, but with only 1 siege tank, he's not going to be that effective. He's not going to be able to push out that well and harass AeriALs. I'm sorry, Zero. Not with 1 siege tank, and especially not without science vessels. You can see the science facility and the science vessel being built in the starport, but really, lurkers coming in now trying to catch AeriALs. But really, Zero, if he wanted to plan that a little bit better, he probably would have bring the Zerglings up here from above and came around and flanked from below with the lurkers. So, but AeriALs doing a good job, not getting trapped at his natural. Too many Terrans make the mistake of maxing up inside their natural, and that allows the lurkers to easily contain them and keep them contained. AeriALs doing a good job moving out with his forces. Gonna lose 1 Marine by accident, though. But at least that lets him know where the lurkers are. Zero with the gas from this 4th base. Should be switching up to Hive soon. Yep, Hive almost done for Zero. He could actually be very, very safe taking a 4th base. Sorry about that. Got aimed. He could actually be very, very safe taking this 4th base if he felt like it. I mean, granted, there's a rather large army on the ground, but the more gas, the merrier for Zerg. But it all depends on what AeriALs does. If AeriALs doesn't push out here soon, then Zero could easily take that base and be very, very safe. And now it looks like AeriALs slowly trying to push out with their siege tanks, getting a little bit too far ahead of his Marines. Those lurkers are going to come in. They're going to burrow. Those siege tanks are at the forefront. They're going to get taken out, and a lot of Marines are going to get slaughtered as well. And good spread by AeriALs surrounding those lurkers and doing a very good job getting around them. So not too many Marines got slaughtered, but those siege tanks are all got very, very heavily damaged. 14 HP siege tank, and if AeriALs loses these siege tanks, he won't be able to effectively push into the Zerg natural expansion. Siege tanks are the bread and butter to get into a Zerg natural expansion. You lose the siege tanks, and you have to wait for more. You can't push, and it just takes way, way too long. Now AeriALs better be careful with this 1 science vessel. He always leaves him out in front, and Zero has always done a good job using his units to take the fire so the Scourge can get in. Scourge coming in, and they both nail the science vessel. So now AeriALs delayed slightly more. Gonna need another science vessel over there to help spot for those siege tanks unless he wants to use his comsat to do that. And now AeriALs looks like he's moving a small squadron of Marines up to the top right hand corner to deal with the Zerg expansion. I don't think he knows about these 2 lurkers defending the ramp there. There's also a Nidus Canal that's going to allow Zero to easily get forces up there. Siege tanks out in front again, not protected by the Marines, and Zero going to just move in and just decimate this Terran force. Lurkers just doing tons of damage to those Marines. This time AeriALs not able to get his Marines spread out enough, loses the entirety of his army to a handful of lurkers, and now he better run those medics back home. He does not want to lose those medics. Medics are very essential. I would rather he leave the Marines there to die, and I think he's trying to do that. I think he keeps trying to do a tack move, though, to get his medics back home, and that's not going to work. So there he goes, running the medics back home. 1 Marine managed to make it past the 2 lurkers there to get inside the Zerg base, and looks like they took out the Nidus Canal. One lurker managed to come through just in time to help defend against the attack. Now AeriALs moving out with another Marine force. Still only has the one factory. Lots of minerals being built up. And he's getting another starport, so he's going to go 2 starport science vessel. And that's good. He needs to. There's only a couple strategies a Terran can do in the late game. It's you need to either go 3 factory to get just tons of siege tanks to help you break a Zerg natural expansion, or you go for the 2 starport and just get tons and tons of science vessels to irradiate the crap out of everything. And that looks like to be the path that AeriALs is going for. Mineral count building up quite a lot though. He should. You can see him building down a couple more barracks, but what he really should start doing is, and Dark Swarm going up already. I did not pay attention. I did not know there was a Defiler mound up. So Defiler gets taken out by Irradiate, but Lurker's able to take out quite a few of the Marines with the Lurker Spines. More Lurkers coming in, just taking out those siege tanks, and AeriALs again not able to push on the Zerg base. Again, siege tanks are essential in the Terran push. You cannot harass a Zerg player without siege tanks, not very effectively anyways, especially a Zerg that's very well entrenched. You cannot attack without siege tanks. They're your base breakers. The only way to get into a Zerg base, especially when they got lurkers and sunkens, is you got to have those siege tanks, because Marines just die way too fast without siege tanks to help them out. It was like AeriALs was kind of wanting to attack the Zerg from the Zerg natural, but changed his direction to go for the Zerg expansion in the top right hand corner. Zero moving his forces down to defend against the one vulture. Marines really can't push in. That's just way too many lurkers for this group of Marines. I mean, they're going to be bottlenecked in here. AeriALs, defensive matrix, seeing a Marine trying to be boxer, like trying to run that Marine past to take the hits. Marines coming in, getting able to kill those lurkers, and good job by AeriALs doing a nice little boxer move there. Getting those lurker on the high ground. Dark Swarm on that lurker. That's going to be very hard for AeriALs to climb up that ramp now with that Dark Swarm there and that lurker there. He'll kill a ton of Marines if he tries to run up that ramp. So AeriALs is going to be content to just sit on the low ground for now. Plague! He's going to Plague! There it is! I saw him eating all those Zerglings and I was like, there's no way he cast another Dark Swarm, so it's got to be a Plague. So there it is.